Blisters are caused by a combination of the skin type, high friction and pressure, moving bone, and repetitive movement of the skin. I'm going to give you a few quick tips to help prevent the likelihood of any blisters occurring in the lead up to or during the Surf Coast trek. Firstly, make sure you're wearing the right socks to reduce the risk of building up the friction that will cause blisters. Some people think that natural fibres such as cotton or wool are the best, but they tend to become damp with perspiration and hold that against the skin. This can then lead to the skin becoming white and soggy, which is called maceration, and seriously reduces the ability of the skin to cope with stress. The best socks are predominantly polyester that transfer or wick away the perspiration from the skin and through the sock. One example of this is Coolmax, but there are many others which can be just as good. Removing the perspiration away from the skin ensures that it's dry and strong and much less likely to blister. Another great way of significantly reducing friction is to wear two pairs of socks. One very thin so it stretches around the foot without having any creases, and then a second sock worn on top, perhaps with extra cushioning around the heel and the forefoot. This way the friction occurs between the two pairs of socks or between the sock and the shoe, so that there's no friction affecting the skin. If you are prone to getting blisters on your toes, you could consider a thin pair of toe socks as your first pair, because these will provide 2 layers between each toe. If you wear 2 pairs, it's really important to get the right type of sock that will transfer the perspiration through each layer out to the shoe. Also, make sure there's enough give in the socks so your foot can swell without them becoming too tight. If there is any particular lump or bump on your foot, perhaps at the back of the heel, over your big toe joint, on the top or on the outside of your foot, you need to share any pressure away from that site. There's a number of ways to do this, but depending on the size of the lump, different lacing techniques, anti-friction pads, felt padding, or a combination of these can successfully redistribute any pressure from these areas. If you've noticed after a walk that you have some areas of high pressure, sort of like hot spots, which have the potential to become blisters, please contact us immediately to book a complimentary foot and leg assessment. This will enable us to ascertain whether or not it may cause any issues for you during the trek and implement preventative measures where necessary. Hope you found this information helpful, and all the best for the trek.